Right now, while you're watching this video, someone just quit their job to start a business. Someone just asked for a promotion they weren't sure they deserved. Someone just moved to a new city with no plan. And in 5 years, they'll be living the life you're still dreaming about. Not because they're smarter than you, not because they're luckier, but because they understood something you don't. That comfort is the most expensive luxury you'll ever buy. Every day you choose safety over growth, you're paying what I call the comfort zone tax, an invisible fee that compounds daily, stealing your potential, your dreams, your future. Today, I'm going to show you the true cost of playing it safe, and why the scariest decision you can make is no decision at all. First, we'll calculate the real price you're paying for comfort. Then, we'll explore the ancient wisdom about fear and courage that changes everything. And finally, I'll give you the exact framework that separates real security from the illusion of safety. But it starts with understanding why your brain is designed to keep you poor. Here's the math nobody talks about. Every year you stay in the same job, the same routine, the same comfort zone. You're not just maintaining the status quo, you're falling behind. While you're standing still, inflation is eating your purchasing power. Technology is making your skills obsolete. Younger, hungrier people are taking your opportunities. This is the comfort zone tax, and it's compounding against you every single day. Let me paint the picture. The average person stays at their job for 4 years, gets modest raises of 2 to 3% annually, plays it safe, avoids risks. Meanwhile, the person who changes jobs every 2 to 3 years, averages salary increases of 10 to 20%. The entrepreneur who starts a business, even if they fail twice, ends up wealthier than the person who never tried. But here's what's really happening. Your brain is literally wired to keep you poor. 10,000 years ago, the humans who took risks, who left the cave, who tried new hunting grounds, many of them died. The cautious ones survived and had children. You are descended from the cautious ones. Your DNA is programmed for survival, not success. This creates a massive psychological trap. Every time you consider a big move, a career change, starting a business, your brain floods you with worst-case scenarios. What if you fail? What if you lose everything? What if people judge you? But here's what your brain never asks. What if you succeed? What if this changes your life? What if playing it safe is the riskiest thing you can do? Because while you're avoiding the imaginary dangers, you're guaranteeing the real ones: stagnation, regret, a life unlived. The comfort zone isn't comfortable. It's a slow-motion prison, and every day you stay there, the walls get a little higher, the door gets a little harder to open. Understanding why we cling to comfort when it's destroying our future requires us to examine what the greatest minds in history discovered about fear and courage. Now that you understand the problem, let me take you back to the minds that understood risk better than anyone. 2,300 years ago, a philosopher named Epictetus, born a slave, who became one of Rome's most influential teachers, discovered something profound about fear and freedom. Epictetus taught that we suffer more in imagination than reality, that most of our fears are about things that will never happen, and that the things we're most afraid of losing are often the very things keeping us trapped. He wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few needs." But he also understood that the greatest poverty is the poverty of never trying. This connects to what modern psychology calls loss aversion. We feel the pain of losing something twice as strongly as the pleasure of gaining something. So we hold on to mediocre jobs, because losing them feels worse than the potential joy of finding better ones. We stay in comfortable situations because the fear of failure outweighs the excitement of success. But here's what the Stoics understood that we've forgotten. The things you think are risky, starting a business, changing careers, moving cities, these aren't actually risky. You know what's risky? Betting your entire future on one employer's goodwill, assuming your industry won't change, believing that playing it safe guarantees safety. There's no such thing as security, only different types of risk. And the biggest risk of all is not taking any risks. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, one of the most powerful men who ever lived, wrote in his diary, "Very little is needed to make a happy life." But he also wrote, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." He understood something that modern comfort seekers miss. Change isn't the enemy of happiness. Stagnation is. The universe is in constant motion. Galaxies are expanding. Cells are regenerating. Everything alive is growing or dying. There is no standing still. When you choose comfort, when you avoid change, you're not maintaining your position. You're slowly dying. But there's an even deeper truth here, one that completely reframes how we think about risk and safety. The people who seem to take the biggest risks, the entrepreneurs, the career changers, the life adventurers, they're not actually risk takers. They're risk managers. They understand that the biggest risk is not taking any risks at all. But knowing this philosophical truth isn't enough. You need a framework that separates real security from the dangerous illusion of safety. And that's exactly what I'm about to show you. Now comes the part you've been waiting for, the fundamental distinction that will change how you see risk forever. Most people think safety and security are the same thing. They're not. In fact, they're complete opposites. And understanding this difference is the key to everything. Safety is avoiding all risk. Security is managing risk intelligently. Safety is staying in the same job forever. Security is building skills no one can take away. Safety is never changing. Security is learning to adapt. Here's the truth that changes everything. There is no safety, only the illusion of safety. And that illusion is bankrupting your future. Let me show you the 3 pillars of true security. Because once you understand these, you'll never confuse safety with security again. Pillar 1. Skill security. This is knowledge and abilities that belong to you. No matter what happens to your company, your industry, your economy, these skills go wherever you go. People who chase safety focus on job security. People who build security focus on skill development. They ask, what can I learn that makes me more valuable, no matter where I work? The graphic designer who learns AI tools, the accountant who masters data analysis, the teacher who builds online course creation skills. These aren't just career upgrades. They're insurance policies, portable assets that appreciate over time. Pillar 2. Network security. This is relationships that open doors, connections that create opportunities, a community that supports your growth. People who chase safety work alone. They keep their heads down. They avoid office politics. They think relationships are distractions. But people who build security invest heavily in relationships. They know that opportunities flow through networks, that referrals trump resumes, that who you know amplifies what you know. Your network is your net worth. But more than that, your network is your security blanket. Because when change comes, and it always comes, you have people who can help you navigate it. Pillar 3. Mindset security. This is confidence in your ability to figure things out, belief in your capacity to adapt, trust in your resilience when things don't go as planned. People who chase safety need certainty. They want guarantees. They wait for perfect information before making decisions. But people who build security embrace uncertainty. They know that adaptability is the ultimate competitive advantage, that the ability to pivot, to learn, to reinvent yourself is more valuable than any job title or bank balance. Here's what's beautiful about these 3 pillars. They all reinforce each other. Better skills lead to stronger networks. Stronger networks create more opportunities to build skills. Both build confidence and mindset security. And here's the ultimate irony. The more security you build through these 3 pillars, the more risks you can afford to take. The stronger your foundation, the bigger the chances you can take with confidence. People who chase safety end up with neither safety nor security. People who build security discover that calculated risks become effortless choices. The cage was never locked. You just confused the bars for protection when they were actually your prison. So here's my challenge for you. And I want you to answer this honestly in the comments. What's one decision you've been avoiding? One risk you've been scared to take? One dream you've been putting off? Because it feels too uncertain. Because that uncertainty you're avoiding is someone else's opportunity. That comfort you're protecting is costing you everything you actually want. Remember, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. But you'll never find the treasure if you never enter the cave. The comfort zone tax is the most expensive bill you'll ever pay. And every day you choose safety over growth, the price goes up. If this video made you question whether playing it safe is actually safe, hit that subscribe button. Because understanding the cost of comfort is just the beginning. There are deeper patterns, hidden beliefs, that determine not just what risks you take, but what dreams you even allow yourself to have. And once you see those patterns, once you reprogram those beliefs, that's when your life stops being something that happens to you and becomes something you actively create. Until then, remember, the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all.